Hello and welcome back to Elden Ring. Welcome back to part 7 of my All Quests guide. So, we're picking up where we left off and we're heading over to these ruins here. We've got a couple of minor items we're going to go grab over here, and then we've got a bit of a boss to deal with, and it's a boss which I'm one of my favourite bosses, the sort of royal revenant poisonous swamp thingies. I may take a couple of goes when we actually get to it, but I said this was going to be a warts and all guide, so it's going to be a warts and all guide. If I get killed, you're going to see me get killed. So that's the grace there. Then we're going to run up here and run around here. And this is the... I really hate these guys, but I wasn't very well prepared for it there, so we'll have another go and we'll see if we can do it a bit better. So make your way through the runes, grab your runes. And, yeah. Same result. You know, luckily the Site of Grace is fairly close to this one, so if it does take a couple, it doesn't necessarily actually matter that much. So we're going to get rid of it again. This time we're going to make sure we've got that full buff on so we can do maximum damage. Then we'll probably clear House Shibiri with Flame Grant Me Strength. And make sure we've got health and stuff fine. And then we're going to go to town with this sort of madness themed build. We've got a Vike Spear and we've got unendurable madness, and just that bit of extra damage made all the difference there. So we're done with that mini boss there. We're going to run around here, grab a few items. Don't go through that portal. We're going to start another quest line now. So we've got that Site of Grace there. We need to find another character. So we're going to start the quest line off. So somewhere around here we will find, just kill these. Get yourself to this camp here and talk to Patches to advance his quest. Buy any items you want. Exhaust his dialogue. Eventually you'll meet him again in Mount Gelmir and the Volcano Manor. But for now, just make sure you speak to him there, exhaust his dialogue. The person we're looking for here is Raya. So if you speak to her, she'll ask you to get a necklace. You need to go to the Boiled Prawn Shack and speak to Boggart. Get the Site of Grace while you're there. Buy the necklace. Buy anything else you want off him. And you will run into Boggart again later, and I wouldn't get too attached to him there because it's probably quite likely that he's going to come to an untimely end. Not necessarily, depending on what you do, but buy the necklace, bring it back to Raya. Just check that you've got that necklace there. That's it, Raya's necklace. She'll tell you a little bit more about herself and about the Volcano Man, and she'll give you a letter of invitation, which we're going to need later. Finish the conversation, make sure you exhaust all of her dialogue, and that'll set you up for Raya's questline. And you're going to make your way over this way. Grab the Site of Grace. There's a map fragment here, I believe. If you don't already have it, obviously we're on New Game Plus, so I already have it. If you don't have it, that's where it is. Deal with these, run over the rooftops. A couple of items to grab there. Speak to Diallos, exhaust all his dialogue. Again, he'll end up being tied in with the Volcano Manor quest eventually. So make your way back here, make your way around here, around here, around here, and we're going to do the tunnel area here. Let's kill these, grab any smithing stones on the way. Try not to stupidly jump off, leap to your death like I did, but like I said, this is a warts and all guide, so if I die, you're going to see me die. Which I do far too frequently. I have this relatively easy jump. But I've lost my runes now, so I don't need to try for it again. Deal with the sorcerers. Grab those smithing stones, run down here, kill them, grab the items, take the lift down, jump off part way, and you can see you can just snipe those enemies off there without going down. Make sure you platform down carefully. Go across, deal with him. Carefully walk across here. Deal with the marionettes. Through there, run through there. Down here, kill these. Clear the area. Then we're going to head through here. Take that left down. And again, there's a point where we can parkour off. We can get to here. Apply any buffs you want for this boss. These have like a sort of hard outer shell that you need to do a certain amount of damage to, and then you start to damage them more effectively. Items that do like strike and crush damage work quite well against them. This probably isn't the optimum setup for fighting a Crystallian. But like I said before, we're quite well leveled, so it's not too problematic anyway. And that's given us a smithing stone minus spell bearing 1. So now we can upgrade those weapons more by just buying them for runes if you take that back to the round table hold. There's a mausoleum there, but we're going to come back to that later. We're just focusing on quests mainly and key items in the game. So make your way back down here. Bit of a ride, try to sped up more than usual. There is a dung beetle at the bottom of one of these arches somewhere. It's clinging onto the bottom, so you have to sort of go underneath it. Grab that golden seed if you want it. That's where we are. Then head through here. Get yourself over to the Site of Grace. Grab the Grace. Then ride on. Now we're at the Rose Church, so we're going to speak to Varre White Mask. He's going to tell us that we can have an audience with Lord Moog, basically. But at the end of this conversation, he'll ask you what you think of the two fingers, I think. And you need to tell him that you're not sure about them, and that'll start his quest. So he's basically going to tell you to do some invasions now, so that's what we're going to do. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. Just use a bloody finger to make the invasions. So we've got a couple of players there. I'm not really bothered about winning or losing this. I'm just going to try and give them a bit of a PvP practice for the quest. Yeah, so we've got one guy who's wielding 2 scythe things. He's trying to get the bleed damage in. The nice thing about the Vike spear is if you miss with the spear, you do get a nice AoE effect, which can just chip away at them a little bit. Here I'm focusing on the Furl Finger because he seems the weaker one. That spell that he's doing there was Moog's Sacred Spear, and it was a lot more powerful, but the range has been recently quite badly nerfed. It's still done quite a lot of damage there. I got too close to him, so we're going to try and avoid that now. And I think we've given him madness there with this. Just done a bit more damage. But now the guy with the spells is trying to pick me off. He's low on health, so I think we'll go for him first. And that Frenzied Burst did the do there. So we've now just got the actual host of fingers to deal with. And again, that's done massive damage. It's the bleed on it, I think, that's causing the problems there. And I really need a bit of FP for this build and a bit more HP, but it's not giving me time. So I've got the FP, I need a bit more HP. And that was nice, but here you got the hit in, so well played, good game. We don't really need to win these, we just need to literally do an invasion so we can get this quest done. So we'll do another one straight away. Attempt failed. You do get that sometimes, I don't know why it happens. Just wander around, pick a slightly different spot, try and invade. Can be a bit frustrating, this section of the game, so you literally just need to attempt 3 invasions. You can quit straight out if you want to, rather than fight somebody, but you can deal with this little mini-boss if you're here. But again, that's entirely optional. You still need to do those. So that's done another one. But it kind of kicked us out as soon as we went in. Try again. Sometimes I find picking a different spot can help. Again, we don't need to win these, we just need to successfully invade. And then you can either quit out or you can practice your PvP. And we still need that one more invasion. That's working. And I think this time we're going to end up against somebody who's actually hanging around looking for a fight. And there we go. It's like a melee specialist with a greatsword. Again, that thrust move that he's got is nice. You really need to try and make sure you roll to the side from that, because if you roll back, you'll tend to catch you. And he's got blood loss on that as well. He's going to do some serious damage. And at this point, I just can't get time to heal, so he's definitely going to win this one. So again, well played, good game, and we can move on now. We don't need to do any more invasions. So, that's those quests dealt with. So now we speak to Varre again, and he's going to advance his quest. He's going to give you the Lord of Blood's favour, which we need to go and soak in a maiden's blood, but we're just going to hold on to this for now while we go and complete a few more tasks. Next destination is the Village of the Albinurics. So keep riding across here, ride through here. We need to get to the Village of the Albinurics, and we're going to advance Nepheli's quest next. So this is the area we need. Make your way through here. Grab any odd items you like and make your way over to this section here. When you get to the bridge, speak to Nepheli, exhaust the dialogue. Basically, this stuff that's been going on in this village, she's not happy with. It was actually, slight spoiler alert, it was her stepfather, Gideon, that's responsible for this. He's after the half of the secret Dectus medallion that is hidden in this village. And when you get it and go back to Roundtable Hold, you will be invaded by Ensha for it. So he'll tell you about Lattenna, another Albinuric, and he'll eventually give you the Haligtree secret medallion. So exhaust all this dialogue, then make your way back to the top of the bridge, rush across, deal with any of these enemies that you see fit. We've got a little mini boss fight to deal with here, but we can summon Nepheli to help, and you should do really. It's in keeping with the quest for you to do that. So just a couple of buffs here. Then we're going to go and deal with the fell omen. The Omenkiller, sorry. Yes. So deal with him however you see fit. Obviously still using that Classic madness build here. It's fairly effective. When we get to higher NG+, we might have to switch to something more like a Black Flame build, just because of the insanely high HP that things get. Grab that rune arc. Then make your way back to the Village of the Albinurics, warp back, and you should find Nepheli's gone. And now you can go to Round Table Hold. It's different now, you're going to get invaded. Deal with Ensha however you see fit. You can grab that item there, then you can go over here and find his armour set, which it's quite an interesting armour set. It does actually buff your health as you wear it. Then speak to Gideon, he'll apologise and tell you some more stuff. At the end of this conversation, in which he's telling you about the various shard bearers, you'll have to do some running back and forth between him and Nepheli. So, explore all his dialogue options, exhaust all his dialogue. He'll tell you about all the different shard bearers and give you some interesting lore about the game. When you've finished, you can leave. Now you need to make your way down to Diallos. Speak to Diallos. Exhaust his dialogue. And he'll tell you that he's going to Volcano Manor. I just spoke to him. Go past Hugh down these stairs and speak to Nepheli. She's obviously quite depressed by now. So go back and speak to Gideon. He's more or less abandoned her because she doesn't seem useful to him anymore. So speak to him about Nepheli, then go back to Nepheli and speak to her. Absorb all that wonderful Elden Ring lore through the conversations. Then we can head back to here. Ride your way across the lake. And we're going to deal with the Lakeside Crystal Cave. Grab your grace. This is to advance Latenna's quest, really, or at least to start it. So deal with these little guys. Grab that item if you want it. A couple of items to grab there. Some really exciting cave moss, which you can grab. And you've got the spear talisman, some silver fireflies. Grab everything you want, come back out, then carefully drop down these platforms. When you get to the bottom, deal with these crystal snail thingamajiggeries. Rush down here, deal with these, grab any items, rush down, and then jump onto this crystal. Or miss it like me and take a load of health. Grab the smithing stones, kill these snails. There's a bloodhound knight in this room we need to fight next. So before you go any further, apply any buffs you want to use. If we're all ready, you can enter. Quite fast here. Getting a bit low on health there. Gonna try and drink a potion. And he's doing bleed damage as well, so do look out for that. Once you've killed him, it's time to go and find Lattenna. That'll give you the Cerulean Amber Medallion. So to find Lattenna, we're going to head out the back of the cave we came in to the, I think it's a Slumbering Wolf Shack or something. Let's grab a golden rune there. Here's Lattenna.
What do you want? I told the all-hearing brute that I possess no such medallion. Or have you come to take more from me? So
she's obviously on about the medallion that you've had off Albus, I think.
You speak true. So old Albus entrusted his medallion to you. Then I've no choice but to trust that this was his dying will. Let's try again. I'm Lattenna, an Albinuric, the same as old Albus.
Just exhaust all the dialogue here.
I presume the worst. Seeing that you're another tarnished like that all-hearing brute, I hope that you will forgive me. The medallion. Would you consider doing me a great service?
Keep speaking to her, because eventually she'll become a spirit that you can summon. I believe
Will you show me the way?
quite a good one. Not the best in the game, but certainly quite an interesting one. So she wants you to take her to Mikkela's Haligtree, which is where you eventually fight Melania.
Thank you kindly. They say the other half of the medallion is beyond the Forbidden Lands.
Yeah.
North of the
So
Urge.
basically, it's much further into the game in Castle Sol where you fight. I think it's Commander Nile is like a guy on top of a castle that does spirit summons. Is it Commander Nile, or is Commander Nile the one that you meet in Caelid? Either way, it's like a knight at the top of Castle Sol that tries to take you down with summons. So he's got the other half of the medallion, and now you've got her spirit ashes.
Call upon me when needed.
Grab the grace at the Slumbering Wolf Shack. And that's pretty much everything there is to do in this area. Grab yourself a rune arc. And hopefully I'll see you in part 8 if you're following this guide. So we've got a few more things to do in this area, so we'll go to a good central point before we start the next one. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you're finding it useful. Hope you're following the whole series. And I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe like and subscribe for more Elden Ring content.